Every year, companies pour millions and millions of dollars into employee wellness. But let's be honest, how do you really know if any of it is working? Well, today, we're going to talk about a hidden signal, one that can tell you more about your team's well-being than any survey ever could. And it's all about the simple act of movement.
Oof. Does this sound familiar? You've got this huge wellness budget, but when it's time to talk about the return on that investment, you kind of get a blank stare. We're spending the money, for sure, but we are really struggling to see, let alone measure, the impact. It's just a massive blind spot.
And look, this isn't just about the budget, right? It's about your people. Can you honestly look at your team and tell the difference between someone having a tough week and someone who is silently spiraling toward total burnout? The scary part is, we're usually finding out way too late, after it's already a full-blown crisis.
The reality for most of us is that we're making these huge decisions based on, quarterly surveys, a few assumptions, maybe a gut feeling. It's an incomplete picture at best. And that doesn't just lead to wasted money, it means we're missing the chance to actually help people right when they need it the most.
So, what's the alternative? Well, it turns out there is an objective, continuous signal for well-being that most of us are completely overlooking. And it's been hiding in plain sight this whole time, in something we all do every single day: how we move. And this isn't some brand new, trendy idea. The science on this has been crystal clear for over a decade. We're talking about a direct, proven link between physical activity and the things that really matter to a business, like productivity, mental health, and even absenteeism.
I mean, just take a look at this landmark study. Researchers tracked 2,400 office workers for a whole year, and what they found was incredible. Physical activity started to drop a full 2 to 3 months before people even started to report feeling burned out. It's a predictive signal, an early warning system.
And when you look at the data, you can see exactly how it happens. It's not a sudden crash. No, it's the slow, steady decline in activity week after week that eventually bottoms out with a drop of over 50% right before that employee hits their breaking point.
53%. Just think about that for a second. That's a huge shift in someone's daily behavior, and it's happening silently, completely invisible to all of our usual management tools. It's an alarm bell that's been ringing for months, and we just haven't had the tools to hear it.
And this all comes down to a simple truth. Our bodies often show the signs of stress long before our minds are ready or even willing to admit what's going on. A drop in movement is an honest, objective signal that cuts right through all the noise.
Think of it like the fuel gauge in your car. It's a leading indicator, right? You don't just wait for the engine to sputter and die on the highway. Of course not. You see that needle dropping, and you take action way ahead of time to prevent a crisis.
It's a perfect parallel. For a car, the warning signal is low fuel. The crisis is engine failure. For an organization, the warning signal is declining movement. The crisis is employee burnout. The only thing we've been missing all this time is the right dashboard.
And that's exactly the dashboard SportIn has built with the Movement Index. It's a system designed to take this invisible predictive data and turn it into a clear, visible, and actionable signal for leaders.
So what is it exactly? Well, the Movement Index is a proprietary system created and owned by SportIn that takes all the raw movement data from your organization and translates it into one simple, standardized score. This lets you see and compare activity levels across your entire company, from teams to departments to locations, in a really consistent and easy-to-understand way.
Now, I want to be really clear about something. This is not a fitness competition. We are not ranking your top athletes. This is all about understanding the collective habits of your organization. It's a measure of participation, of inclusion. It gives you this holistic view of your company's movement culture across every role and every ability level. And getting started is incredibly simple. Employees just connect the wearables they already own and use every day. All the data is collected passively, so no manual entry, and it's kept completely private and secure. From there, the system's AI does the heavy lifting, turning all that raw data into the meaningful Movement Index score. So for your team members, the experience is fun, it's gamified, and it's engaging. And yeah, there are leaderboards for some friendly competition, but the real focus is on personal progress and collective wins. It feels supportive, not pressuring.
So that's the employee experience. But the real power, the real game changer here is what leaders see. This is all about cutting through the noise of surveys and gut feelings to finally get to the clarity of real behavioral data.
I mean, right now, so many leaders feel like they're just drowning in assumptions. They're trying to piece together a picture of organizational health from these little bits of anecdotal feedback and surveys that are out of date the minute they're published. It's just a sea of noise with almost no clear signal. The Movement Index dashboard is that clear signal. It gives you a live, at-a-glance view of your organization's health. You can spot trends across different departments. You can track how engagement changes over time, and you can monitor the whole index in near real time. This data means you can finally stop guessing. You can start answering the truly critical questions, like where is momentum building? Which teams might be at risk? And maybe most importantly, are our wellness programs actually changing behavior? You can finally see what's really working. And this brings us right back to the bottom line. The platform's ROI calculator connects this movement data directly to financial outcomes. It actually quantifies the impact on things like productivity, healthcare savings, and absenteeism, finally giving you that clear return on your investment in a healthier culture.
So, to wrap this all up, the Movement Index is so much more than just another wellness program. You should really think of it as a new piece of core business infrastructure, one that gives you a massive strategic advantage by providing a deeper, more objective understanding of your people.
It all boils down to this one powerful idea. For way too long, organizational well-being has felt unmeasurable, and because of that, it's felt unmanageable. By making movement measurable, we make the health and engagement of our entire culture manageable.
And so that leaves us with one final question that every leader should be asking. Every single day, your people are writing a story with their movement. A story about their well-being, their engagement, and their risk of burnout. The only question left is, are you listening?